there was a theory, I don't know what it was called or where it originated, but they basically thought that in some of the more original, maybe like Babylonian astrology, so from like 5,000 plus years ago, they thought those three signs might have all been the same. Like Libra, Scorpio, and Virgo probably all shared a season. And over time, we've started to, break apart those archetypes a little bit more. So Scorpios can go really, really, really deep. That's kind of where they naturally hang out. So because of that depth, and because that depth is ruled by the water, we're talking about really deep gut check intuition. Virgo has the open loop M to be more feminine, and Scorpios have the point to be more masculine. And they are balanced on either side of Libra, which is literally the scales in between the two of them.
What's up, Style Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the Styled for Life podcast. It's your girl, Katie Allen here, and today's episode is going to blow your mind. Honestly, it's out of this world, all puns intended. So you guys know that I love to go deep, and I love to have fun, and I love to share style and fashion in a really deep, self-love focused way, and really use style as a part of a journey of our self-development, right? Like, that's my jam. We all know it. I say it all the time. But the other thing I love to do is marry up the vibrational energy to the style and the spiritual energy to the style. And for me, astrology, it falls under that. And it's one of the tools that I use a lot to feel connected to myself, to feel connected to the planet, to the universe, etc. So on today's show, I am bringing on my, what I've dubbed now, the Katie Just Styled in-house astrologer, Ash Burnside of Healing Hustle Co. One of my first Instagram friends back in the day when I started my business. We've done some work with each other. She's amazing coach that helps you transition through all the messy seasons of life and uses astrology, tarot, and all these other amazing modalities to help you really, really get a really true, deep sense of yourself. And when I say that, that woman's amazing. Like, she's amazing. So she was on the podcast in the fall, back in September of 2022, and we did a real fun episode on how to dress for your sign. And we went through each of the Zodiac signs, and we talked about the trends that were coming up for fall. And it was an amazing episode, one of the most downloaded episodes. We had some really fun astrology, how to dress for your sign, style graphics that everyone was gaga about, mostly including Ash and I. And anyways, we wanted to bring it back. I wanted to bring it back for spring. So as we head into spring season, as you guys know, I'm getting ready to launch the How to Shop Like a Stylist Spring book. So anyone that got the fall book, get ready for the spring book. It's going to be bigger and better than ever. Learned a lot. I'm going to keep what's working, and I'm going to make it even better than before. So the spring book is going to be essentially how to shop like a stylist spring edition. So it's a done for you shopping guide that's going to take you through some of the major spring trends. I'm going to teach you how to apply those trends to yourself to decide whether or not they work for you. And then I have done for you outfit formulas that you can actually click through the guide and shop in my personal digital shopping closet that I use with all my clients and shop the looks, right? So they're done for you. Downloadable book is coming, just like the fall book, but like I said, better than ever, because we're always growing, we're always evolving. And Ash and I really connected on that book in the fall, and we did the episode. So this time we wanted to do the episode in alignment with the book dropping. So we went through all the signs today, the zodiacal wheel, went through every single sign and talked about how each sign is going to wear the different trends this spring. And it's really juicy. We talked about moon signs and sun signs and how each sign can wear the same thing, but wear it with their own sign energy and how to mix and match. And we have a challenge for everyone listening to this podcast as you go through. one, I would say take notes. I'm going to transcribe this podcast and turn it into a blog because you're going to want to see all this juiciness. Now, you know me, full transparency. I don't know if that's going to happen exactly when this episode drops, but I will get it to you. I will let you know ASAP. But you're going to take some hot notes. And our challenge to everyone who listens to today's podcast, and especially my squaddies, we're definitely going to be doing this in the Style Squad. So, is to pick a couple pieces from either your sun sign, your moon, your rising. You can look all of those things up on Astro Charts, astro-charts.com for free, and figure out what all of those are based on your date and time of birth and where you're born and all that fun jazz. And we're challenging everyone to work in pieces of their sign and post pictures of us in your stories and tag us, or however you and I usually communicate if you want to just send me a picture behind the scenes. Now, I'm definitely going to be running this challenge in the Style Squad. Ash is doing a masterclass in the Style Squad on how to dress with your sign, where we take what you hear in the podcast today and even take it a step further. It's one of the bonuses for the Style Squad ladies. So I'm super, super, super excited. But today's a juicy episode. We ran over time and Ash was so gracious to stay on to finish out all the signs because we went really deep on each sign. We talked about each sign's energy, and then we talked about how we can bring that energy to life through these styles. So I know I use the words juicy and mega and epic a lot, but this ish is a juicy. So get ready. It's a banger. And connect with me and let me know what your aha moments are, or share this with a friend. The easiest way to go to the podcast, and I would be forever grateful, share this episode with a friend, share it in your stories and tag me. Let other amazing women who are already in your squad know that Style for Life podcast exists, and it's full of goodness that we need in our lives. If you have a topic, a style question that you want me to talk about on the pod, reach out to me wherever we connect on Insta at Katie Allen Stylist. You can pop into my DMs, comment on a post. You can comment on this week's podcast post if you want. I want to see your pictures. I want to see your fun style ideas. You could always shoot me an email. All of my contact information is always in the show notes. If you're interested in the Style Squad, there's a link to the Style Squad page where you can learn more about it in the show notes as well. It's sitting there waiting for you. Yeah. So with all that being said, I want to pass it over to Ash and today's episode on how to dress for your sign spring 23 Trends Master Class. Get ready. Today's episode is fire. See you amazing peeps on the other side. Ash, thank you so much for being on the show. Round two. Round two. I'm super excited. So we are going to do I'm not sure if it's quarterly, semi-annual, dress for your sign, spring trends, style edition. Thanks to Ash. My Katie just styled in-house astrologer, not her official title, but I love you so much. And I know I say this like every single time we talk, I just love the depth of which your mind goes and the light that you bring. And that's my favorite thing, is when people can make really deep things fun and light. So I appreciate you so much for being on the show today, but you can introduce yourself with your real title.
Thank you. And thank you for the depth. Like, that is something that I really appreciate about myself and have been intentional about. So thank you for saying that in me. But yes, so for listeners, I am a coach. I call myself a transition coach. I help CEOs and high achievers to navigate seasons of change and chaos, from a place of power and alignment rather than burnout. So I have a lot of tools that I use to do that. Astrology is just one of those tools to help you kind of come back to yourself, your own natural rhythms, and who you truly are, underneath all of the other things, right? Like the titles, the roles, the achievements, the accolades. Who are you really? So astrology is the number one tool that I love to use in that. And so I'm excited that we get to bring this into plug it into the style part, because this to me is what makes it practical, what makes it actionable, what makes it feel like you're really living and you're embodying the different vibes and energies of your truest nature.
I love that so much. I love clothes for like what I was saying, like how you are super deep and you can be light and fun and like aerial at the same time. I think clothes can do that as they can be super deep. I think they are. You and I've talked about this. I think they are way deeper than we give them credit for. But if we allow that to come in, but then exactly what you said, then it becomes, you can also apply that practical application. And now it's like, oh yeah, and it's going to carry around all day with me. So let's have some fun. And then I just wanted to say something like, you do have amazing tools, and I still have the Star Tarot card sitting in my window as a reminder from one of the readings that we've done together. So shout out to Ash. She's like legit. And every time we talk and we go deep, I constantly like have one of those aha moments or get the chills. So definitely follow her, look her up after this. You're going to be obsessed. She's also one of our Style Squad bonuses. So you're going to want more of that after you listen to today's episode. So I am ready to just wing it. Let's go through Dress Your Sign, and this is going to be your show.
All right, bring it.
Let's go through. I was thinking we can go through like the astrological calendar, starting with Aries, because that's supposed to be the first sign of the astrological calendar, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to take each sign and we're going to talk about some of and match it with the upcoming spring trends, because spring is upon us. Super excited. And we have a fun challenge at the end of this for everybody, but I'll let you take it over. Let's start with Aries. And if you want to like go a little deeper, because I know you have some tips on how to like, we can tap into our sun sign, our moon, our rising, our Mercury. I have no idea. I'm just making shit up now.
Okay. So I did not organize this correctly, but we're going to start with Aries.
Oh, sorry.
No. This is good. This is good. We're really doing this on the fly. So,
Yeah.
the first one that I had for Aries was the denim on denim on denim on denim, like that.
Yes.
That one was hard because that one can be interpreted in so many different ways. Like there's different ways to wear denim. There's different styles of it. So specifically, I am talking about like the oversized jean jackets that we're seeing. Like, yes, because it's very like, it takes up a lot of space, first of all, like actually physically, but also like energetically for you to like put it on. And like, that's such an Aries power move of like, I am here. Like, this is me. The Aries mantra is ruled by the Emperor, which is Mars. And their mantra is like literally just, I am. Like, that's the Aries mantra. And like, jean jacket, like, yes, I am. I'm here, taking up the space. That one.
I love jean jackets. So I'm here for it.
Similar vibe, but like a little bit different flavor here is the leather bombers, because again, like this one to me had more of like the warrior part of Aries. Like, you're putting on your leather jacket, you're being a little bit of a rebel, a little bit of a maverick, and that's all about what Aries is. So the different signs are broken up to like, yes, you have the elements, right? Like water, earth, fire, air. But they also have this other quality, and they are either cardinal, fixed, or mutable. And so cardinal signs are initiators. They're the things that like spark the new thing. Fixed signs are the ones that like take the torch of the initiator and like continue it on. They have the willpower to keep going. And then those mutable signs are the ones that see how things were going and 100% see how they could go better. So they're the ones that are flexible in order to like close things out. Aries is a cardinal sign. Obviously, it's the start of the new year. It's very fiery. And this is the torchbearer, like the strike of the match. And leather bomber to me was like the explorer part of that, like the warrior explorer part of that, out into the world.
Shout out to my Aries. Go buy your leather bomber jackets right now.
Yes, please do it. Post a picture so we can see. Hype you up.
Yes.
So that one's Aries. Next in the zodiacal wheel, we have Taurus. So Taurus is an earth sign. Taurus is also ruled by Venus. So every sign is ruled by something, right? And that planet also starts to give some of like the archetypal energies and the qualities. So Taurus being ruled by Venus is very sensual. It's very like, it's concerned with the aesthetic, and not in a way that like it has to look perfect. It has to look beautiful. It has to look pleasing. It has to be pleasing. You have to want to be in this space. So when you think of Taurus, like you have to think of like the sensual part of it, like really nice fabrics. Again, it's the functional part of the sensuality. So for Taurus, I had the undressed idea, the sheer tops, like, yes, because those feel like, I mean, I'm kind of wearing one right now. But like they're really soft, but they're also functional. They look really incredible, like Venus vibes, 100%. Other
Love
one that I
that.
had for Taurus was the minimalist styles over boho. Yes, just like the layered idea of it, the practicality, but like also the very sensual, the very like beautiful here and now. Like, look at me.
I love that. Minimalist styles over boho. Boho is I love it on other people, but personally, that's the one trend or archetype that I just could never like get into. Like yesterday, I had some puffy sleeves and a headband, and I was like, I am way too fucking feminine right now. I am all here for some feminist styles over boho. My moon is Taurus.
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So I hear sheer minimalist style. So I'm gonna be channeling my sheer Meghan Markle this spring.
Yes. Although throwing in a little monkey wrench here with the big bag energy, to me, like that's also very Tauran. Like we need something to put all of the things in, particularly the snacks, our flavored waters, other accessories we might want to bring with us, like
Lipstick.
lipsticks, all the things like Taurus. Yes, Taurus, big bags.
I love that. Is Taurus, because now you've got me all hooked up on the cardinal mutable. Is Taurus, which one
Taurus
is it?
is a fixed sign.
Okay. Do they go in order like cardinal, fixed, mutable?
Yep.
Oh, good. Yep. I wish Aquarius was further up in the wheel.
So it's all for a reason. And like, so when you look at the zodiacal wheel, you cut it in half. Aries through Virgo are the first 6 signs, right? And the first 6 signs are egocentric. And I don't mean this in like a self-centered, conceited way. This is good. Like more egocentric signs. What I mean by that is that you look at the world, you look at what's happening, and you have to process how that is affecting you, how you are experiencing that first. And then you're able to flip around like, I'm feeling this way. That means other people are feeling this way and I should react this way. Whereas the second half of the wheel is external, they're community minded. So they look at what's happening and see like, this is what's happening to people. And that makes me feel this way. So
this
it makes sense that
story
Aquarius
of my life.
Yeah, exactly. So we were like, I wish Aquarius came early. And I was like, no, you don't. This is why it's there.
Like the story of my life is being mad because of what's happening to other people. But that's the sword I like live and die on. That's why I'm so excited to start a community. And I was so fucking scared. Full transparency, but that's when I started it. I was like, I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Awesome. And more Taurus, or we move into Gemini season?
We'll move into Gemini season.
That's my baby girl, so I can't wait to hear what so maybe I can talk her into this. I'm gonna be like, so I know you don't like clothes and you think it's dumb, but my friend Ash said Geminis should wear this.
Geminis, I have like a special place in my heart for Geminis because some of my favorite people are Geminis. Gemini is an air sign. And whenever we talk about air, when we're talking about like the psyche, soul, spirituality connection, we're talking about mentality, intellect, cognition. And so Gemini is a very like hyper intelligent sign. There's obviously different types of intelligence. Gemini has the social intelligence aspect. Like they're really able to look at a situation and know exactly how to respond immediately. Like the wit is unparalleled. I
love it.
So when we're talking about like styles, this can be expressed in a couple different ways. I'm trying to see where I have my first Gemini in here. Ooh, blurry prints instead of tie-dye. I gave this one to Gemini because I'm like, yes, there's a couple different things I love about like the intellectual nature about Gemini. One is the duality, like they can be two things. Nothing is ever black and white because you can see both sides and then every single shade of gray.
Dude, you know how hard it is to raise a Gemini? Like, can I tell you? Can I tell you? Oh, I love that. So one thing before you keep going, one thing I wanted to say is what I was telling you in the beginning, I don't know. I don't have well, I'm lying if I say I don't have any. I don't have a lot of attachment to any of the spring trends, and I'm just so excited to be going through this with you because I'm curious to see like what I'm going to latch onto based on what you say. Because I know I'm going to start building my little connections around people I know, their signs, and then what like clothes tie back to them, and I'm gonna be like, oh, then I love this one now.
I love that. So speaking about your daughter, then I love the blurry prints instead of tie-dye specifically because of the like, there's no lines in the sand duality. Also, I do what I want. So it's like blurry prints instead of tie-dye. Like you think you thought you knew what I was wearing, but like you don't, because this is a totally different take. And it's just like, it's really fresh.
Can I tell you something hilarious?
Yes.
She has a tie-dye shirt on right now, today at school.
Amazing. Wow.
So I have to go buy her something with the blurry print. And she has school pictures today and she's wearing a hoodie because she doesn't like the way her neck looked in her other photos. I was like, I don't care, wear whatever you want.
And speaking of like breaking trends, breaking like the shoulds, which is Gemini is really good about that. The bras that break free, like that one, break free bras. Yes, that's also like very Gemini.
Yes. Break free. I need to do a how to wear. I love that.
Mm-hmm. I also, do you want to talk about colors or do you want to keep that for later?
Oh, we can talk colors, whatever. What do you think? What flows for you? So, like, when I do my spring trends book, I struggle with this a little bit of like, because all the trends really overlap each other, right? Yeah. And it's not, you can never just like put one in a bucket. Right. And it's a love-hate relationship because like my type A personality is like, no, it needs to be in a bucket. And then the creative side of me is like, no, it needs to flow. Okay. So let it flow how it flows. There's some colors I'm really excited about this season, but you'll see them like translate into the other trends too.
Okay, cool. So if I come across a color, then that connects then. There is a Gemini color.
Yeah.
And I was looking at these colors. So that key lime pie, the deep lime green, this can be like translated in a couple different ways because I really think that a lot of signs can wear this. And I think it's going to be expressed differently depending on that sign. So it's like the Gemini is going to wear this key lime, deep lime green color in contrast to something else. As like that, to represent that sense of like duality.
I love that. Oh God, I love that. And then, yeah, because when I think of that color, I think like my first immediate thought goes to fingernails, like fingernails and toenails. And then next I think of the oversized bags. And then next I think of headscarves at the pool. So juicy.
Yeah.
All right. So Gemini is mutable then?
Gemini is mutable. Yep. That no lines in the sand actually comes in very handy because they're able to see and kind of look back of like, all right, well, Aries started it. Cool. Thank you. Taurus has been doing this certain way forever. We're going to change the game now. Time to do something a little bit different.
Yeah, I love it. And then now are you ready to move into Cancer, or is Gemini's got their blurry prints, their break free bras, and that key lime pie? I love that, like in contrast. And I love pink and green is hands down one of my favorite color combinations.
That's 100% what I thought of when I first saw like the lime green. I was like, oh my gosh, the pink.
Yes. So we're gonna call it here, pink and green. Gemini, it's your season. Okay.
All right. Cancer. So Cancer is another cardinal sign because this is what kicks off summer. Like the summer solstice happens on the first day of Cancer season.
I didn't know that.
I know. It's the same with Aries too. Since Aries is a cardinal sign, all of the cardinal sign kick off a season. So spring officially starts. The spring equinox is the first day of Aries season. So Cancer season, yes, summer solstice happens on this day. And Cancer it's the water, like, and how do I describe this? It's like, it's the rushing of the water because it's the new, right? The start of the new season. So there's a lot of like surge, a lot of flow, a lot of like dreaminess, a lot of
tears.
A lot of what?
Tears.
Tears, yes. Yeah, it's a water sign. So there's some of that. Cancer is also really, really intuitive and is known as the mother sign because it's deeply nourishing, it's nurturing, really, really feminine and really intuitive.
Mm.
So those are all like motherly, not
'Cause
like
I mean,
necessarily.
if it's summer, right? So you're the most fertile, right? Like
Yep.
summer, like everything, abundance.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The ground is fertile. Yeah.
Yes.
So style wise for Cancer, I gotta find in my notes here where to put it. Oh, the shoulder skimming earrings.
Oh,
Shoulder
I'm
skimming.
so excited about this.
So excited about these two because like in and of themselves, like they have a flow, but I also think they make like the top half of you have a different type of flow when you're wearing something like that because like it draws your eyes in different ways,
Mhm.
draws your eyes into kind of a flow, and so
Yeah.
that was also like they're just like very feminine. Whenever I look at them, I'm like, oh hell yeah, yes.
Yes. I'm so here for the big earrings. I'm kind of done with necklaces. I don't know why, but so I'm so excited for the big earrings. I've never been a huge necklace person anyway until like probably last year or so. So I'm like, give me all the earrings. I have
Yes.
to see if I have any Cancer in my chart. I don't know if I do. I mean, I'm sure probably I have a house, right? Everyone has a house.
Everyone has a
Yeah.
house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Other one that I had for Cancer was the double layer skirts because that
Oh,
just like literally flowy and feminine. I'm like, okay, so Cancer.
so Cancer. I love it. And I think that'd be really cute. The shoulder skimming earring will actually work really well with the double layering skirt because then the skirt will balance out all the power that's in your earring. So boom.
Yeah.
And that will look really good. For anyone that has a pear body shape that's looking to draw the eye up to their shoulders and balance it out and looking to balance out your hips with a double layer skirt.
Ooh.
That one's free. No, I'm joking. What do people say? Like, that was free of charge. So juicy.
So good.
Any other Cancer juice? I mean, right there, boom, that's a whole outfit.
Yeah, that's a whole outfit, and especially with the extra tips you gave. I don't think I have anything else in here for Cancers, at least that were like super worthy of note.
Awesome. Now we're moving to Leo, which is so if Aquarius, what is it? So Aquarius, I think, is my south node. So then that makes Leo my north node, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. So Leo season. I know one in particular that I'm thinking of.
Okay. So Leos are the fixed sign. So they're the fire that keeps it going. Which makes sense. Like if Cancer kicks off the summer season, Leo is the end of July into August, and like the party doesn't stop. Like keep
Oh,
it
the fucking dog days of summer. Yeah.
exactly Leo season. So Leos are known to be very playful and creative and bright, shining star. I think the joke in the astrological community, I'm sure you all have seen that stereotype that like the Leos are always taking center stage, spotlight's always on Leo, which I think is a little condescending, but there is some truth in it, in that Leos bring a spice and a playfulness to life that we all need. And so shimmer, shine, sequins, yes, Leo. That has Leo all over it. Technically, that was under the heavy metal category, but I think Leos can put a really fun, playful spin on heavy metal, which would be interesting to see.
Yes, I love that. And it's funny because I think for fall, we had Aquarius as sequins, which I think was perfect for like that fall energy. But this makes so much sense for spring for it to be Leo because they're the opposite, right? So that's perfect. Look at you. You're brilliant.
Thanks. Other one for Leo is puddle pants because like they're big, they are playful. Like, have you seen them? They're very playful.
Yeah.
And they're big. Like this is another like take up space type of thing, but in a different way from Aries, because Aries is like, I am here, like warrior paint, let's go. And Leo is more like, hello, I'm here. And like to me, puddle pants has that type of like presence to it.
I love it. Puddle pants are like pants that drag on the ground that are, I would say like Jenkos give me puddle pant vibe, but it's just a more modern version because they're not wide leg. They're mostly like straight legs. I had on some flares today. They're technically too long. I need to get them altered or hemmed. And I wore them to the bus stop this morning. I was like, I'm just going to pretend they're puddle pants. And no one's allowed to ask because I'll just pull the stylist card. I'll make everyone think that they don't know what what they're talking about. They'll be like, "Is that a thing, Katie?" I'm like, "Totally."
It is now, if it wasn't before.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. I love all the connections to just daily life.
I think Leos can also keep the shoulder skimming earrings going because again,
keep the earrings going.
100%.
So, and if you need that Leo energy, if you need any of these energies, right, pull from that. Honor your favorite people. Like, ooh, if you're going to your girlfriend's birthday dinner and she's a Leo or a Cancer, wear your shoulder skimming earrings in honor of her.
Yes, yes. And color-wise, blinding white. We're blinding white. Like nothing says Leo, like a literal blinding color. Like as soon as I saw that adjective, I was like, this, whatever color comes after this is Leo.
Whatever it is. I don't even care if it's black. I'm so fucking excited for white. Like, I think white is like just such a powerful color in and of itself, no matter what you're wearing. It's more fun. It's more whatever the word you want it to be. It's just more of that. Like, I'm so excited for white.
Yes, all that. All white.
Love it.
So next we have Virgo on our zodiacal wheel here. A special place in my heart for Virgo because my sun sign is Virgo.
I was gonna say, because you're like all Virgo, right?
Yeah, I have a lot of Virgo. I have a Virgo stellium, which just means I have a lot of Virgo. I have a lot of the energy in my chart. So I have like a lot of thoughts on Virgo because people are like, oh, they're detail oriented and they're nitpicky. And I'm like, bitch, no, get out of here. But so Virgo is another mutable sign. So they're the ones that are able to kind of see like what needs to change. And they're able to do that because they are very practical. They're very grounded. And this is where I think things get confused of like, oh, they're nitpicky. No, they have the ability to spend a lot of time by themselves going really, really, really deep. And because they spend so much time going really, really, really deep, the details become really obvious. So it's not that they're looking to be nitpicky. It's just like they can understand like at the base, the deepest level, like what is actually going on and then point that out in ways.
And Beyonce's a Virgo too, right? So there's that.
Virgo, Guy is a Virgo. Like we got a lot of great people in the Virgo squad.
Yeah.
Leslie Knope is a Virgo.
Oh my God.
Virgo. Come on, keep going.
I love Leslie Knope.
So in the Virgo category, then we want things that are going to be like very embodied, Virgo is a very feminine sign. Actually, if we talk about, if you look at like the constellation is called like the Virgin, right? Like you can hear it in the name. And I was looking up the etymology recently and reading like this whole linguistic article because I'm a nerd about like the origins of the word virgin. And it doesn't mean what we think it means. Does not mean someone untouched by man. A virgin is simply, it means a purity unto herself, which is like authenticity. Like a Virgo can be super authentic. She belongs to nobody but herself. And like, if that isn't just like the type of empowerment we all kind of need, like,
oh my God, can you do a story about that? Because like, can we all like, let's reclaim the word virgin?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I love that. It belongs to nobody but yourself.
So style-wise, minimalist styles over boho. I had to give this one to Virgo too because I'm like, oh yeah, God. Yes, the earthy boho vibes, but also like minimalist.
Yeah,
yes, Virgo all day. Nipped waist blazer, yes, Virgo. That's like a power Virgo.
Yeah, I love it. It's so funny is I try not to get into generational things like Gen Z versus millennial, which I mean, let's be honest, like I'm right on like Gen X millennial cusp anyway, so I don't really get into it. But I was like things that millennials are cool with that Gen Z aren't, and like back and forth. And one of them was knit waist, where millennials said that they weren't here for it, but Gen Z said that they were. And I was like, oh my God, I can't. I personally love them because they make everybody look more balanced.
Yeah, I think they look beautiful.
Yeah. And I was like, and I'm older than both of you, so.
So just
And now we're reclaiming the word virgin and our knit waist blazers. So we got this under control. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Any more juicy Virgo vibes? Are we moving on to Libra?
Yeah, I have two more for Virgo.
Okay, go.
Icy pastels, Virgo.
Yes. Icy pastels, yes.
because of that like monochromatic effect that the icy pastels can have, like that to me is a very polished, again, like the power of Virgo, right? Like it's polished, it's grounded, it's very practical. Like there's so many different settings that you can wear that and it would be amazing, like not just appropriate, but like amazing and stunning. Practical Virgo. The last one was the wrap up sandals. Oh my gosh.
With your icy pastel blazer.
Ooh,
Love it. Is there anyone that you are particularly leaning into this spring, Ash?
ooh. The icy pastels was the one that like really got my attention. Because like that one I could immediately picture of like, oh, done. Yes, I want to do that one. And like I'm kind of doing it with the like ballet core type of.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when you said it. I was like, oh, I think that could be for her.
The other one that I'm interested in is the boho with the minimalist. Like, I want to try that one. I think I could pull that one off.
Oh, I think you definitely can. I love it. Yeah, but as soon as you said icy pastels, I was like, oh, I wonder if she's gonna like lean into that.
Thank you. Look at you, on with your intuition. Yes.
Imagine that. I love it. So juicy. All right. So then you said the next 6 are the back half. How do you say it? Zodiacal?
Yes, zodiacal.
Because I would have never figured that one out. I would have just said, well, I would have butchered it. So the zodiacal whale. Now we're getting into the back half of it.
Yeah.
We're ready to leave Virgo. No more good Virgo juiciness. Okay. Libra enters stage left.
Yeah. Yes, Libra. And so now we're talking about the more social half of the signs, and not that all of them have to be like this extroverted, because we have Scorpio in there, and we know that's not true about Scorpio.
I have a really good friend that's a Scorpio. I can't wait to see what you say about it. And my business and my podcast are both birthed in Scorpio season.
Ooh, I love that so much. So much there. Anyway, so Libra starts us off with this like social half, the more like communal side and communal focused part of the astrological wheel. Libra is oh my gosh, what am I trying to say? Air sign. Wow, is an air sign. Libra is also ruled by Venus. So this is the second placement that is ruled by Venus. Since this is an air sign, though, this is going to be way different from Taurus. Taurus was like the earth sign of Venus, which is very grounded, very sensual. Libra is the other side of that. Libra is airy. So she's feminine in the way that she communicates in her relationships and the way she is perceived, and in a more of like a flowy feminine type of way. So like the air sign version of a Cancer almost. We have that like intuitive, not quite motherly, but like, the feminine, very connected. We have that like social intelligence part too here because of the air sign, the intellect. Libras are amazing at navigating people, and not just navigating people to like get what they want, but really like connecting people together. That's the Libra. Libras also, they are really good at this because balance, like everything in balance, which is 100% going to equal out into style and how styles come across. Like, I don't want to say globalizing statements that like, Libras are never going to make a statement, but like, it's always going to be understated and it's going to look just very polished, very balanced. There's nothing that's going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe she did that. It's like, you're going to be blown away that the fact that they like put something together that way. That is going to be Libra. And so what I have for Libra here, let me find it. I gotta follow my eyes here. Two things off the top of my head. The crochet, like big open weaves.
Yes.
Libra. And again, like bringing a sense of balance into that. That one has such like an old school feminine feel to it.
Yes.
It'd be really fun to see like have that balance with like modern pieces too.
And when I think of crochet, I think of 70s, and then I think of like civil rights, women's lib, and all that, which then to me takes like the scales and balance. Yeah. The point of that was to balance, and we're still working on it. But so like my mind just immediately connects all those dots.
Yes, I love that.
Do you think Libra has a color?
Yeah. I put icy pastels for Libra as well.
Icy pastels. I love that. It's juicy. There's one in here that I'm waiting to see if you put it in any of the signs, but we got a couple more to go. So I'm gonna back down. Any other good juice for Libra or ready to
Yes.
do Scorpio?
Yeah, I have double layer skirts for Libra as well. Again, that
Okay.
like feminine, doing it in a balanced way, and then sling back heels for Libra.
Oh, I love it. Yes, I really love that for this like feminine, flowy. Because so the shoes are probably the one thing I've actually been paying more attention to as far as spring trends, just because I think shoes are always a good investment. And I think shoes are the one thing that people are having a lot of problems with right now with jean trends shifting. So I feel like I've been having a fuck ton of shoe conversations. And I was like, slingback heels. Like, what am I going to do with these? How do I feel about these? So it's interesting. I like that. Feminine and flowy. I like that a lot. There's something there.
Mm-hmm.
The minimalist boho thing too, or the icy pastels. Fuck, so good. Sorry, my brain is like immediately Pinterest board.
Yeah, no, I love like seeing your brain work. Libra too, to like add another thing into your marination here. Libra is on the go because they're so social, because they're so like they're such a harmonizer. Like when I say flow, like it's less about like like water flow and more like wind. Like they're going, they're always going because they're connecting, they're balancing, they're harmonizing.
Mm-hmm. Dude, my father-in-law is a Libra, and that man, like, I don't want to say it's like he connects and stays connected in a way that like I'm like, how do you have the energy for that? Like that's exhausting to me, and I'm not even the one doing it.
Yeah.
That's wild. All right.
Okay. Now we have Scorpio.
I was like, let's go, Scorpio. I feel like there's one that's really obvious toss up for Scorpio.
Yes, Scorpio. I love Scorpio. I used to be, when I first like started getting into astrology, like any Scorpio placements, I was like, oh no. And like the more they understand, like it's like anything, right? Like you unpack some of the taboos, some of the like stereotypes. I'm like, oh, Scorpios are awesome. So Scorpio is a water sign. And everyone tends to think that they're a fire sign. They are fiery, but they are a water sign. And Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Mm-hmm. Pluto is literally the ruler of the underworld. And if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about Scorpio, I don't know what does. So Scorpios, this is interesting because Scorpios actually share a lot of commonality with Virgo. And when you look at like what their constellations look like, they're both M's. Virgo has the open loop M to be more feminine, and Scorpios have the point to be more masculine. And they are balanced on either side of Libra, which is literally the scales in between the two of them. So it's like there was a theory, I don't know what it was called or where it originated, but they basically thought that in some of the more original, maybe like Babylonian astrology, so from like 5,000 plus years ago, they thought those three signs might have all been the same. Like Libra, Scorpio, and Virgo probably all shared a season, and over time we've started to, break apart those archetypes a little bit more. So Scorpios can go really, really, really deep. That's kind of where they naturally hang out. So because of that depth, and because that depth is ruled by the water, we're talking about really deep gut check intuitions. Like you cannot escape this. Mm-hmm. Scorpio knows exactly what your intentions are without you even having to say anything. And Scorpios, the other side of that too, is Scorpios are really secretive about, and I don't mean this in like a manipulative way, right? Like that's the stereotype of like, oh, Scorpios can be manipulative because they're like, they're suspicious. And no, Scorpios just won't tell you what they're thinking. They won't tell you what intuition is. Like they're very protective of that side of them because that's the depth. That's the depth that comes with Scorpio. So because we have this depth, because we have like these underworld vibes, there's a lot of like renegade energy that's there. Because hello, if you hang out in the underworld all day, there's very few things that are going to scare you. So we're gonna have a lot of that coming through. So the heavy metal aesthetic with the metallic accessories, Scorpio all day, every day. Yeah.
And it's all like real silver, where I feel like in the fall and winter is like more gold, but I love like the silver and black.
Yes. Back to black, 100% goes with this.
Like, I was like, do I say it? Because she's about to say it.
Yes, the black. And actually, I meant to say this one for Virgo too, just because like it's very like practical. Like, yes, give me a capsule wardrobe that's black and polished. Thank you. But yeah, for the Scorpios, black.
Yes, back to black. When that had been coming up in my feed, or just like some of my research since like January, as a couple of my friends, I was like, here you go, permission to wear all black all day, even in the spring and summer, in case you needed it.
Yes.
But I think it's really like this shift towards like where dopamine dressing and real playfulness, which isn't going away, but had been the big focus in 2021 and 2022. There's always like the counter trend, which to me is the black on black, super minimal, right? Like the super chic, which then lends itself kind of to that minimalist, that minimalistic boho. So like this real quiet luxury, and it's mysterious.
Yes, the mystery. That's very Scorpio.
Yes.
The other one that I had in here was the cuffing season, the arm cuff. Scorpio. Yes, Scorpio.
All right. Well, I'm totally here for this whole outfit. So get you some silver ballets or some silver pointy mules. You're all black on black on black, but with like a black tank top so we can get your arm cuff showing.
Yeah. Yes.
And maybe the key lime green fingernails, because somebody has to give me the key lime green fingernails.
Yes, please. Biker boots, Scorpio, 100%. We got to add that one in there. This is part of the outfit now.
Yeah, part of the outfit. Yes, but then I feel like if you do like the arm cuff, those feel really feminine to me, and feel like, and they can be really feminine designs. So then I feel like you can bring in some of that Virgo energy.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
love it. Any more Scorpio?
I was trying to decide if I still thought this way. I do. So, color trends. The 90s angsty fashion. Scorpio. I feel like that one can go in a couple different ways, but that was literally the first time that I wrote that for was Scorpio.
Yes, I love it. I keep going back and forth on the 90s stuff. It's so funny how like the mental agreements we have and the memories that we make in our clothes, and how you go back to that, and you're like, oh, there's a lot of reclaiming in this 90s fashion world that we're in.
Yeah.
That's so juicy. Sag, are we ready to Sagittarius? This is like, please tell me why Sagittarius is a sign. This is the one I feel like I don't know anybody. I'm sure it's magical, but it could be dropped out of the, and I wouldn't know or care. That's terrible. Did I ruin our friendship?
I'm a Sagittarius rising.
So you can sell me on it. You can sell me on it, because I'm like, I don't know anyone.
All right, I'm going to describe it, and then you're going to know. You're like, oh yeah, I know now. Okay. So Sagittarius is a chaotic fire sign. Like that is the baseline thing you need to know. Like straight chaos, baby. Chaotic neutral is what we're talking about here. Like live for the plot. Live for fucking around and finding out.
Oh my God. Okay, well, that's all you had to say. I'm done. I mean, I'm there. Okay, fuck around and find out. Like, that's my phrase. I'm gonna be the old person that keeps saying that when it's not even fun or cool to say anymore.
Yeah. Yes, same. Yes, that is Sagittarius energy. And that's like the playful part of Sagittarius energy. So Sagittarius, like a lot of these, right? Like they have the initial kind of like flavor when you first see them, which is like usually really goofy, really funny, pretty irreverent, because again, like rules, what are those? We don't care. This is the sister sign to Gemini. So when we talk about like there's no lines in the sand, very mutable, flowing, Sagittarius is the fire sign version of that.
When you just said rules, what are those? I was like, are we talking about Gemini again? Okay, so that makes sense.
Sagittarius. That comes back to like that chaotic, a little bit of like anarchy there. The deeper part of Sagittarius, though, is they're really wise and philosophical. They are ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is a planet of luck, of expansion, of personal growth. And so that's also like, those are huge Sagittarian themes. So we're not only talking about like the travel part of that then of like expansion, but like the things that come from travel. So like expanding your philosophies, going really deep, like seeking wisdom. So this can be external and it can also be internal. And that's the other part that people miss about Sagittarians is that like they're really knowledgeable and really, really deep and wise. It's just a matter of if you're going to get that side of them.
Oh, I love that. I fucking love traveling for that reason. I think like you learn so much more like from traveling. Like my husband and I were just talking about this vacation we want to take the kids on. And I was like, what if we just pull them out of school? I was like, they're going to learn more on this trip than anything they learn there. And we'll just get them caught up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So juicy. Well, I'm here for it. You saw me. Thank you. Funny that I said that, and I was like, and then you're like, whoa, pump the brakes.
Wait a second.
And that was like my gut reaction too. Was like, I don't know anything. Even when I wrote it down, like, because I was writing down the wheel so that I would have it, because I don't have the, how do you say it again? The zodiac. See, I really zodiacal. I'm about to practice that. I don't have the zodiacal wheel like completely memorized. So even when I wrote it down, I was like, who the hell do I even know that's a Sagittarius? Because like in my mind, I can't say the signs without thinking of the people. So now I would think of you. Makes a lot of sense.
You're welcome. And I have to say, so there's like natural pairings in astrology of like these signs typically vibe really well together because of reasons, right? And there's a bunch of them, but like one of them that are like the signs that go together is Sagittarius and Aquarius because they're like very expansive. They're very like boundary pushing and just like really forward thinking and can be deep. So knowing that like you have a bunch of Aquarius places, I was like, this just makes sense. Just makes sense.
There you go. It all makes sense now. Because everything you said, I was like, oh, I love all of that. I love the idea of expansion so much. And then the wise and philosophical. I fucking love philosophical conversations. Anyways, I digress. Let's make this philosophical, wise, chaotic, fuck around and find out Sagittarius have a style.
Yes. Leather bombers. Again, like bringing that explorer vibe back into this. Especially because I always think of like pilots, like the traditional, leather bomber pilot jacket. I'm like, that's explorer energy. That's Sag, like 100%.
Oh, yeah. All day. No, just getting some glasses. Some
puddle pants. Puddle pants. We got to do puddle pants for Sagittarius too, just because like this is going to come down, I think, to like how you actually style them. Like it's not just about wearing them, right?
Yeah.
To me, like this can have a really global influence, like bringing in like other cultures that wear styles like these or where they're popular in other areas of the world. Very Sagittarian to like bring that home. And like home is like your sense of self, right? Puddle pants, the break free bras, Sag, because thank you.
Break free bras. And to expand, break free bras is letting your bra show, letting it break free, like with the sheer tops or with the oversized jackets and things like that. It'll probably be more of a celebrity trend for sure, where you just see a lot of like really cute bras. But I think I even like that, just even if you do like off the shoulder stuff, like a cute bra strap or your back is out or things like that. Because we're reclaiming the virgin and we're breaking out our bras.
Yes, we are.
And our crochet. Oh, breakout bras would be cute for the open weave crochet. So,
yes.
Which is very on trend with burning your bra in the 70s, right?
Totally is.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Please make a look for us. Please make a look for us with that.
I'm like, ding, ding, ding. Let me write a note. Break free, burn my bra.
Oh, yes.
Any more beautiful Sag style?
Oh, yeah. I got some other Sag things here. I have, let's see, 3 more things for Sag. Key lime pie. Key lime pie colored. 100%. It's going to be Sag. But, like, because I said these are going to be all worn in different ways for the signs, right? For Sagittarius, it's going to be in like a global or an oriental pattern. Like, they're going to weave this into something else. The color red, Sag. It's just like bright. It's chaotic. It's here. There's so many different flavors of it. Sagittarius. Last one that I had was the wrap up sandals. Again, just because of like global influences. When you think about like, I mean, literally think about Greek philosophy. Hello.
Yeah, that's what I think of every time. I love it. Super juicy. I love working in the trends and how they would be styled different for different signs, because that's really the key, is like having one thing and then wearing it like so many different ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
So very good style tips. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So Capricorn. So that's my rising sign. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. That makes sense. So this explanation is going to make sense. Capricorn is another cardinal sign, so they're an initiator. Because this literally initiates winter. Like the winter solstice starts on the first day of Capricorn season, or I should say, it ushers in Capricorn season. Capricorn is known as the boss of the zodiac. So it is an earth sign, and it is the most like present, grounded, right here, right fucking now of the earth signs. Because you think about the other ones, like Taurus was ruled by Venus, right? Which is like, it's sensual. I'm here for a good time. I want to experience good things here. Virgo is like, leave me alone. I'm going to go really deep. I'm just going to like focus on these things. And Capricorn is now like, we're going to get some shit done. Like, I want to see what has been produced now and how we can actually make it better and continue to push forward. That's Capricorn.
Sounds about right.
Right? Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is a really interesting planet because Saturn, and we're talking about archetypes and energies, Saturn is about authority. It's about your understanding of your own self-respect, about your respect to time and how you move through time. It is hierarchies, it's structure, it's order. Routines, all of those sorts of things. Like, that's Capricorn. So again, like we're talking about like structure, get stuff done. What systems do I need in place to get up here? Capricorn. So when we talk about style, quiet luxury, baby.
Yeah, yes. I like that. Quiet luxury. The boss of the zodiac. I love that. And sorry, I'm back to the zodiac off of the style for a second. When you were saying, and like Taurus is like, oh, I'm here for a good time. I was like, that's literally the paradigm shift of my life, is like, no, I'm here for a fucking good time. And then, or I'm getting shit done, period. There is no fucking in between.
That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. You can cycle between those two for yourself. Depending on what you need, you know? But yeah, the quiet luxury. Capricorn is a sign of excellence too. Like, because of that boss. Like, it's not just, you know, being bossy. It is because you know how to do things with excellence. There's like a sense of elitism almost with Capricorns. So yeah, they want the best. Quiet luxury.
Dude, I'm thinking of people, and I'm like, I'm gonna soundbite that and send it. Excellence, elitism. This is you, baby boo. A couple of friends that one's going to. Any other? So I was looking at my notes over here. So quiet luxury, just to expand for a second for anyone who's listening. Elegant colors and designs, but definitely more of like a business look. It's like your blazers and different things like that. Then I had to toss some notes in there. So you tell me this is Cap, or maybe, so the note I had around quiet luxury is elegant colors and designs with more of a business look, like wearing more blazers. And then I put pair it with sheer for a funky blend. So anyone who's like living between maybe that energy, is Taurus sheer? Oh my God, look at that.
So I was like, oh, the fact that you put them together, and I'm like, that's your outfit now. You have to.
That's my outfit. Yeah. With a little bit of Aquarius energy, which I can't wait to see what you put for that. Anything else for Capricorn, or their quiet luxury, elitism, and we're check marks the box?
Yeah. Back to black, that monochromatic.
Yeah.
It's so efficient, and that's what they're about.
Yeah.
Yes. I even think we could do like icy pastels for Capricorn too, just because like it has that like elevated, very posh look to it.
Like a full icy pastel suit.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Ooh. Yeah. The vibes. Immaculate. I'm gonna throw out one that's a little bit different for Capricorn. When I was looking at the shoes, studded shoes. I know we talked about, I don't know if we talked about those for Scorpio, but 100%. I was like, ooh, Scorpio for this, but also Capricorn. I could see this for Capricorn just because it's like, I don't know, it's got crush your enemies vibes, but in a way that like, I'm just gonna conquer you. You won't even see this coming. I'm just so good.
A studded pair of amazing heels,
Yes.
but very classy ones.
Yes. Yes.
I love that. I love that so much. I was thinking of the black too when you said like the boss of the zodiac, because when I think of black, like you can think of it as being like mysterious and very Scorpio or very authoritative, like not fucking around. Like I have no time to waste. And
Yes. Yeah, that's a great explanation.
can definitely be a power color, especially like for anyone who has low natural contrast, like blonde hair and fair skin. Black is your power color, 1,000%. It's not red, it's black.
It's black. Yes. Agree.
It's black. I love that. So do we have any more cap tips?
I think that's my wrap up for Cap.
Yeah. All right. Bye bye, Cap. See you later. I hate Capricorn season though. Like, is it because it's too much? Like, well, I hate it because where it falls for me, like in like end of December, January is when I want to do nothing. Like I want to be a couch.
Yeah.
But I wonder if I internally feel this like, oh shit, I got to get shit done. And then you have the New Year's energy, which I hate because it's bullshit. And I just always struggle in that time of year.
So you said you're rising in Capricorn.
Mhm.
So that means that your first house is Capricorn season. Your first house is the house of self. So it is a time that you're literally going to be called to get really quiet because you're either consciously or subconsciously starting to kind of like till through your own self-concept, your experiences. You're kind of unpacking the last year with yourself and reconfiguring, kind of Tetrising how you're going to use that to move forward. So there's a lot of introspection that happens during a first house season for anybody. So knowing that it's in Capricorn season too, and that you have this like friction between like what you're craving and what you feel is available to you, of like, you gotta do all this shit for like holiday things, and now it's a fucking year, and like, yeah, so that would make sense that there's that conflict. You're feeling that friction.
Drives me insane. But like, and true or not, I don't know. But like the day that Aquarius season starts, I'm like, a new woman. Like I've arrived. Like the best day ever. Like January 20th, January 21st. Sign me up.
Yeah. Aquarius is a whole vibe, and we can go right into that one next. Aquarius is a fixed sign. So again, like we're talking about, we're carrying the torch, we're moving things along, we're got the willpower to keep things going, keep the wheel moving. Aquarius is an air sign, so we have like a lot of intellect, cognition, mentalities. This is a communally focused sign though. I don't necessarily want to call it a social sign because I think of like Libra when I think social, and Aquarians can be like, they run the gamut of all of it, right? Like you can have external or extroverted Aquarians, but you can also have like very introverted Aquarians. The theme here is that they are communally minded, and they're communally minded in thinking for possibilities in the future and like what can be. And they're really bold and courageous and putting those ideas out there. Aquarians are called the aliens of the zodiac, and it's because they have all these really forward-thinking ideas that in sometimes can be kind of ahead of their time before people are really ready to like receive those ideas. And I mean, pick somebody, right? Like pick an Aquarian, anybody that you think in your mind that like, man, they were born before their time, or like, you know, they came up with this idea like 30 years before people started implementing it. Like, I bet you they were an Aquarian.
Yes. I'm trying to like keep my shit together, but yeah, it's funny when I first really started digging into the signs, like the community and like pushing ideas forward. Like there's a memory of me being a little kid like at my grandma's table and her telling me like I could do anything, and me just feeling like I was put on this planet to do everything, and like I was gonna change the world, and like it's so powerful. Like a alien, like I was put here to do something. So whoo, super excited. All right. So what are Aquarius is wearing?
The blurry prints instead of tie-dye. I had to bring that back to Aquarius too, because they're just going to push the envelope. They're pushing, and where Gemini was more like, there's no lines and sands, rules don't apply with me. Here, try to perceive this of me. Aquarians are doing it more in like an evolutionary, whatever I'm trying to say, an evolving kind of way. So it's like they're taking something that was and evolving it and like putting it in a new spin. And so seeing the blurry prints instead of tie-dye in this light, I'm like, oh yeah, that's Aquarian, where they're like building on something and pushing it forward. Other Aquarius thing, the 1982 bubble hemline.
I knew you were gonna say that. I was like, pretty in pink, bubble hemline. It's got to be Aquarius.
Yes, it's very Aquarian.
So, God, what's her name? Molly Ringwald. If you need a picture of like bubble hemline, like think 1980s, like Molly Ringwald, pretty in pink, love don't cost a thing, like all the prom dresses that those girls were wearing. I was like, bubble hemline has to be Aquarium, especially if sequins are going to be Virgo.
Yes.
Love that so much. And blurry prints. I feel like Chloe and I are going to do some mommy and me outfits.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah. A lot of air energy. Any other good Aquarius style tips?
Yeah. The key lime pie. Aquarius. So in the Aquarius flavor, they're going to wear it to make a statement. So like that's going to be the loud thing that they put on, right? Where it's like, we talked about nails, we talked about headbands. Aquarius is going to be real loud and obvious about it.
So monochromatic key lime is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
All right. Kind of like I had like a lime green version of this last year, but more like green. So I'll have to bust that out.
Yes. Yeah. Bring it out.
Awesome.
Even like shoes, abstract heels, Aquarius has to be.
Now that's one trend I'm fucking loving. Like I was pulling some stuff for a client yesterday and I was like, what about these?
Yes, I love them. And again, because it comes back to that like evolving, like pushing it forward, pushing the envelope, like wanting things to progress. Like, yeah, abstract, of course. Yes. The rubber jelly shoes too. Like, yes.
Sign me up. I just saw a Gucci pair. I know that sounds so like elitist, right? Blame that on my cap. A Gucci pair of like jellies, and I sent to my husband. I was like, Mother's Day? Question mark. I mean, if you're gonna wear jelly sandals, like go hard or go home, right?
Yeah. Yes.
But I really just love the nostalgia of that the most. All right, so key lime outfit with my jelly sandals. Check.
Oh my gosh.
And if anyone invites me to a party this spring, I will wear my bubble hemline.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll just do a Zoom style party and I'll just wear it there.
There you go. Yes.
All right, so Pisces.
The season that we're in now.
Yeah. My husband's a Pisces. I can't wait.
Ooh. So Pisces is the very last sign. And there's a lot of significance to that. Just like there's a lot of significance to Aries being the very first sign, that initiator, the maverick. The Pisces is the mutable sign. So again, and it's mutable looking at the whole last year. Whereas like, the other mutable signs were looking at their past season and then the sign before them to, do some tailoring and to carry forward. Pisces is looking at the whole damn year. Like they're really looking at everything to see what needs to be finished up, what needs to change, what do I need to reflect on right now. And so Pisces is also a really, really, really deep sign. This is a water sign. Mm-hmm. This is really like ethereal, dreamy, intuitive. We've talked about a lot of the different water signs and like what they mean. And even like Scorpio and Virgo, like the depth that's in those ones too. Pisces is an idealist though. They're romantic as fuck. Like they see how optimistic things could be. Like they are always going to be a glass type all the way full, not even half full. Glass is full. It's half water right now. And it's also half full of air. That is such a Pisces statement. Like Pisces are going to see the best in everything. And the other part of this too is when you look at like the constellation of Pisces, it's two fish jumping away from each other. So there's a tension that is kind of balanced with Pisces. So one fish is jumping to the edge of what's possible. So they're really pushing boundaries. They're going as far as they can. This also means pushing the boundaries of like what you think of yourself, what you think of society. Again, this is a very like that communal minded sign. The other fish is going as far down as they possibly can. And so that's like another type of boundary. So like there's a lot of, I don't know if I want to say boundary pushing, but kind of, but in a very emotional way. Pisces really bring up the depth of emotion, which can be very confronting for people of like, if you're not vibing with your emotions or like know where you're at, a Pisces can, I don't want to say trigger, but they can certainly make you feel very charged because they're going to bring all that shit up real fast.
Yeah. Real fast.
That's just like where they hang out. Pisces is ruled by Neptune. Neptune is, I mean, it's the god of the ocean, so this makes sense. So we're talking about depths. Neptune also rules dreams, rules intuition. And so that's where we talk again about like that idealistic part of the depths of our subconscious. And so in style, Pisces are very whimsical. They're very like their own vibe. So when I was looking at these 3D florals, I was like, oh, this is Pisces. 100% this is Pisces.
Yes. Yes, I'm real intrigued by the 3D florals. I remember back in the late 90s when they were really popular. And I had a couple shirts and I'm like, I wonder if I'm gonna swing back around on that or not, because I feel like so in tune with my style now. How do you feel about 3D florals?
I'm not sure. And I think this might be, I'm not even, I know this is more of a personal thing, just because like, obviously I hang out in my Virgo energy, but it's a really good invitation from your sister sign. So it's like, since I'm a Virgo, my sister sign is Pisces, which are not signs that vibe well together very often. Like those are ones, it's not always that opposites attract. So Pisces energy feels really challenging to me, but I also know like I have a lot of growth when I spend time there. So I'm like, maybe there's something for me to explore in like trying to be more playful with the Pisces energy of like 3D florals.
3D florals. So I did see a really cute rose at choker, like 3D rose kind of choker that I think would be really fun. I can send it to you. That I think would be really fun just because it's fun, but it's easy. You know, you just pop it. It's easy investment mentally, all of that. So what else for Pisces?
All right. Other things, minimalist styles over boho. It's like anything boho, if it has boho in it, yes, Pisces. Puddle pants for Pisces too. Just again, like we've got that really deep flow. This is going to be again with a little bit of whimsy, a dash of whimsy with the puddle pants here.
I love it.
We've had, a couple of different signs that have worn the puddle pants, and they're really going to wear them differently. The crochet, also Pisces, because this is like also very whimsical.
I love that.
I would even say the bubble hemlines too for Pisces.
I was just going to say, like, are we twinning in bubble hemlines?
Yes.
When I first asked, I was like, I feel like there's a twin here.
There is.
All right, so my Pisces sisters, let's do this. Wait.
Let's see it.
I'm ready. Any other good juice for the Pisces?
The rubber jelly shoes.
Yes. So matching Gucci sandals.
Yes.
I have so many good notes. So many good notes. Oh, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for your time. Before we pimp you out to everyone who now totally needs you in life, is there anything else here? Like I'm processing. Now I'm going to go into processing mode. Anything else you want to touch on as we wrap this up?
Yeah. Actually there is. So, obviously we've talked a lot about like, sun signs and like really identifying with sun signs, which is totally fine. But before we close out, I want to offer just like a little bit of a different take, because we're talking about, at the beginning, we're talking about style being a way to like practically embody the energies of your like most truer, most genuine self. And a lot of times our sun sign isn't necessarily like who we really actually are. Our sun sign is it's your thinking mind. It's your perspective and the way that you move through the world. And so, like, I don't know about you, but like, I don't always feel like a Virgo. I'm going to move through the world like a Virgo, but like, I don't always feel that. And that's not always the energy that I want to bring to situations. So I want to offer an invitation to anyone that feels that way to pick one of your other signs. And if you want a jumping off point, I would say pick your rising sign, like pick the sign of your rising sign. If you want to feel like really embodying like yourself, pick your rising and dress for your rising sign. Or if you want to be like really magnetic and really dip into like your personal magnetism, dress for your Venus sign.
I gotta look at my Venus sign again. I feel like it is Pisces.
Ooh, I like that.
Or I could be wrong. Oh, I love that. Dressing for a Venus sign. And we were joking, but not joking about this before we hit record. Instagram challenge or Style Squad challenge.
Yeah.
Pick your Venus sign outfit or your sun sign, or even mix and match the two.
Mix and match. Oh
mix
my God.
and match your signs, your moon, your sun, your rising, your Venus, and post a picture. Tag us, tag Ash. We'd love to see it. We're going to do it too.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. We're totally going to do it too and just have fun with it, because that's what I think style is. It's the fun part of self-exploration and like the fun part of like really understanding who we are.
Yeah.
Girl, this is why I love you so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking so much time and energy to pouring into this. I am beyond grateful for you. This is so exciting and it's so fun. I know everybody's going to love it. Where can everybody find you?
Yeah. Come hang out with me on Instagram. I am posting there all the time about all things astrology and holistic spirituality and just like really getting connected with yourself to navigate the freaking times we're in and to use it to be more of yourself instead of held back. So my handle is Healing Hustle Co. Come say hi. Don't be a stranger. If you heard the episode.
And Ash has some content in the Style Squad too. So she's amazing. If you enjoyed today, there's some fun, more juicy stuff in there on how to dress for your sign as well. So thank you again. However, all the ways I can say thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, Katie.